Hi everyone, welcome to Kimber Creations. Okay, so today I'm going to show how I make my itty bitty flowers. Whoop, handmade flowers. And I'm saying they are itty bitty. I also have itty bitty butterflies. I don't know if those are showing up. Okay, they are teeny tiny. I know that, many of you already know how to make flowers, but I just thought this would be kind of fun to show you. I'm actually working on some flower embellishments for a swap that I'm taking part in. And I used this little basket from Stampin' Up. It's the Basket of Wishes stamp, or stamp. And I just stamped that with the archival ink tree branch onto some brown cardstock, so I didn't have to do a lot of coloring or whatever. But and then I fussy cut the baskets out, and then silly me, I'm thinking, well, I don't have that tiny of flowers, so I was looking around and came up with the punch. And then thanks to a friend of mine suggested that instead of just doing, because I was just gonna do the flat flowers and everything, and then she said something about doing the flower dimensional flowers, and I'm like, oh, okay. Because I'm telling you, these you have to have patience for this, and a strong cup of coffee, because it does get to you a little bit, or it did to me yesterday. Anyway, I was telling her, I said, oh my gosh, I said, I think I'm starting to go cross-eyed because working with these. But anyway, and then I was going to use this stamp. It's also one from Stampin' Up, because it was small enough sentiment to put on there. I'm not really sure yet about the sentiment, but anyway, the whole purpose is to show you how I created these itty bitty flowers. Okay, so I have my little plate of some already, and what I used for the flower are these three mini stamps, or not stamps, I keep saying punches. And those are the three shapes. I don't always use that, some because it'll take 3 flower petals and 1 of this size flower petal to make like the green for the bottom. I don't always use this one. It depends on what's in my little tray here. Sometimes I just use 2 of those and 1 of those. I hope that was kind of clear. I know, clear as mud. So you'll need some type of flowery punches, mini punches like that. Of course, you're going to need tweezers. I also use my Quick Stick. The glue that I use is by Dries, and it is all-purpose Hercules tacky glue, and it bonds fast, dries clear, it's flexible, and there's a no clog tip. And I get this at our local craft store here, and I think they're like $1 a bottle. They might be a little bit more now, but very inexpensive, and to me it works great. So, and then I put that into like a little container, and I use the end of a paintbrush to grab the glue. I also use Wink of Stella, the clear. Of course, you're going to need your style, what do you call these? The embossing stylus things. And for the flower, I use the bigger end. And then for the butterflies over here, I use the smaller end. Okay, I don't know if I said scissors, but scissors, and of course your little sponge mat, And then I also, two other things that I use is the Dazzling Details by Stampin' Up! The clear with the, you know, the oh my goodness, the sparkly stuff in it. So anyway, and then for this, because that's going to be for the center of the flower, along with these, I take the tiniest gem off of there. These, I'll show you what the package originally looked like, or what it came, you know. Okay, Kim. What the packages look like. These are those old, oh my goodness, they've been around forever. They come out in the summertime, and they're actually for decorating your flip-flops, but I never use them for that because I use the gems. You know, to me it's the same thing, you know, and if you have to add a little bit of extra glue, you know, to re-stick them, so be it. But I've used these numerous times in projects. So anyway, that's what I use. I use the tiniest little gem in there, and I'll show you how to do that here. So anyway, what I do is I, you know, get my green base, and then we'll just do a blue flower because I see lots of blue right here. So I get two of those, or that other side, you know, one of those, but I don't see any offhand. And then like that other little one. You could probably add more petals to this. I just liked using just the three. You know, it's just as easy, and plus it's, you know, if I had to add any more, my eyes would definitely go more cross than what they what they have been. So okay, so then you're gonna take your ball style thing, and what the heck are these called? And you know, I use them in my scoreboard all the time. Anyway, so you know, just like when we make big flowers or whatever, sometimes I go around or I just push down. Now you do have to watch because these are so little that that you don't push through, and I've done that to several of them. You know, I guess I don't know my own strength sometimes, and then just push a big old, you know, center in them. But so anyway, you just do that, and then you're going to take the end of your paintbrush or whatever. I mean, you could probably use toothpick or whatever, and this is drying a little bit because it's been sitting in here a while. You know, whatever, that way. And then you're just going to put a tiny amount on there, and you place that one down. Try to get it as centered as you can. And I don't worry too much because with using, you know, wet adhesive, you do have wiggle room. And then you just pick up the other, whoops. You do have to put glue down on that one. And I hope you can see this. I should have, let me see if I can zoom in. It might make it a little bit easier. And then I zoomed in and I gotta move. Okay. Alrighty. So then we pick that one up, put that one down. And then I take, whoops, the quick stick, or I could use the tweezers too, and then place that one down in there. I just set this to a side. And then, like I said, for the center, I just put a tiny amount of the Dazzling Details right down in there, and then I get my tweezers And I have tried this a couple different ways. I was trying to like cut those, but they are so tiny. Like when the bigger gems, you know, you could cut right off. But since these are so little, the only way that I found it to work smoother or smoothly is to, I gotta find the pokey end, is just to pull them off with the tweezers. And then I just place that. Now I don't push it down completely in there, you know, just on the top, because that, when it dries, obviously it'll stay right there. And so that, okay, let's see if we can focus. I don't know if it's going to focus real clear, is the itty bitty flower. And then for the butterfly, you know, you just punch out 2 butterflies per, or you know, you punch out your butterflies. It only takes 2. And then I lay them down and I take the smallest ball tip and, you know, just go down the center of them a little bit. You don't need a whole lot of pressure on there. And then just a tiny, it's really drying up, tiny amount of glue. Now you do hold something down because sometimes it wants to go flying away. You place that on top. Well, it got stuck. And then before the glue, before it gets too stiff, I guess is what I want to say, I just bring up the top. Oh man. Like I said, you have to have patience with this because it doesn't always, you know, it's not a rush project, is what I'm trying to think of. I was trying to concentrate on getting that in place. So anyway, so you just lift up the little wings, and I'll give you a close-up here in just a second. And then I take the Wink of Stella and then just brush that on the top. The top of the wings. And there you have it. And there is the itty bitty butterfly as well. Okay. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this teeny tiny tutorial, give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and share this video with others. Talk to you later and have a blessed day.